Let's get physical, it's Jordan here, back again with this week's episode and all the physical releases coming to the Switch, the 22nd until the 26th. Once again, it's a bit of a short episode this week. I do apologize, but I'm still super busy with work, but next week I should be more free, unless the missus wants to take me on a vacation somewhere, which I probably need, but we'll see about that. I should finally be free on Tuesday, at which point I'm definitely 100% finishing my Star Wars game retrospective. It's almost done. So be prepared for that over on A Bit More Jordan. And still, before we get into this week, I have to tell you that Premium Edition Games' Direct is happening later today, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be in it presenting some of the latest game announcements. You may remember that I joined with them to help out a little bit. It's been like half a year now. I haven't had much chance to help out due to many things going on in my life, but I did help sign one game that I've wanted to do from the moment I joined, and it will be in the presentation this Monday. It won't be up for order in this wave, you'll have to see it in the teaser at the end. But I'm very happy I managed to help sign that one, and I'm sure many of you will be happy too. But yeah, they're all exciting announcements, and I hope you give it a watch later today. It will make me feel so much better if you do, because you can probably hear my voice. I'm not in the best of conditions right now. But anyways, let's get on with this week's episode. Piece Odyssey is releasing on the Switch this week, and don't faint guys, it's a Bandai game that's getting a physical release in both North America and Europe. That is the power of One Piece. I think normally this would be an exciting release, but once again, with the One Piece releases on Switch, it's a bit late to the party. And not in the awesome cousin way who turns up with more beer and a Dreamcast, but more like me, where no one's gonna take that much notice. It's a turn-based JRPG that's supposed to be on the better end for the franchise. I don't think any One Piece game has made people sit up and take notice, but this looks alright to me. I just need to watch about 800 episodes of the anime to figure out what's going on. And our executive producer, Thorn Metal Luna, has chosen this as his pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the retail releases in this episode, then please consider using the links in the description. You can purchase from Video Games Plus. Fantastic way to support me because they have good prices in cheap Canadian money. They have cheap shipping, especially to the US, and even free worldwide shipping if you purchase something over 80 Canadian dollars, which is like 60 American dollars. I have lots of great stuff over there and are my preferred way to pick up retail releases. Plus, if you buy something with our link, then each week you will be put into a draw to win a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is, I don't know, because I'm making this very super late, so I didn't get a reply from them as of yet, but somebody, I'll mention it next week, okay? What else have we got this week? Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus is the one I'm most excited about since it's a JRPG made by Falcom. Okay, it's a bit of an oldie from like 2015, and it may not be their prime game, but you know, it's an action RPG that many have claimed is similar to Persona with a mix of Ys. It has a high school setting, and if there's anyone trying to do a knockoff Persona, I definitely want to see what Falcom have up their sleeve. Like most NIS America titles, I personally wouldn't wait around too long because you know how those prices go up unless VGP do a reprint. And our executive producers Precision Plague, Ishin, Viz, and Feig have chosen this as their pick of the week. Splatoon 3 plus Expansion Pass is releasing in Europe this week. I haven't seen anything about a North American release, but I'd be surprised if it doesn't come eventually. This includes what is stated, although I don't believe there's been official confirmation that it's definitely all on the cartridge. On the other hand, the box art doesn't say anything about download required, you know how they should do in like Europe and stuff, so yeah, I'm hopeful, but we'll definitely have to see to be sure. It'll be nice to have a way more complete physical version of the game. And our executive producer, Dane Wilkinson, has chosen this as his pick of the week. B Project Ryusei Fantasia should be releasing this week. This is an otome from Love and Art and Majors. It's supposed to be highly rated, but then again, so are all otomes. This is the first time the game has been in English, and it has an actual anime with it, so yeah, it must be quite popular. There are no roots according to one review I saw, and there are no actual romance plots. You just gotta gurn and thirst without a payoff. But you know what these idol groups are like. No chicks allowed for these lovely boys. Bitmap Bureau collection is definitely releasing this week. Yes, last month it appeared in a video I did, which was either a definite mistake on my part for confusing June with July, or the listing switched to a later date after I started making the video. I don't know, but this is a super nice collection, and it comes in a standard and collector's edition, and it contains Battle Axe, Final Vendetta, and the most important one, Xenocrisis. If I buy this, it will be because of that game. And our executive producers Alex M and Instacritic have chosen this as their pick of the week. Akka Arrh is getting a release in Europe this week. This was released in North America via limited run, if I remember correctly. I don't know, my brain is well and truly full, and I'm in my 30s, okay? This is a game that was originally supposed to be made in the 1980s, but it got scrapped. And what a better time to bring something back than in 2024 with Jeff Minter's name printed on it. If you like Tempest whatever thousand, you'll probably get a kick out of this. Alright, the low print releases. Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP is going up for pre-order at Limited Run Games this week on Friday. This is an exciting port of a no-holds-barred action game that was originally on the 360, that kind of era. I never played it, but now I'm not ashamed of what I play when my wife isn't around and looking. Now it's definitely something I can get into. Just a reminder that this is getting a release in Japan with English, and it's like $15 cheaper before tax. And look, I don't want to be that guy. Like, I don't want to be that guy. And I know everyone is going to call me that guy. But look, I want to pre-state what I'm about to show you by saying that what I'm about to show you does not make me angry or anything like that. I'm showing it to you because I find it genuinely hilarious. Look, do you see the difference? As a bit of a connoisseur of this sort of thing, my eyes immediately saw the difference. The one on the left is limited runs, and the one on the right is the Japanese version. You see how Limited Run have slightly photoshopped the original picture? They warped the picture to make the boobs and the cleavage smaller. Not even very noticeable, just like a smidge smaller. What? Are you having a laugh? How could this decision come about? Who said, you know what, those tits are too big, how about we cover them up? But only like a couple of millimeters, alright? Who's the prudence police here? Who decides the millimeters a cleavage can be before it's too much? Like, if you're gonna censor it, at least properly censor it. This is the most half-committed censoring I've ever seen. And like I said, I'm not shouting from the rooftops being angry and calling it censorship, even though it technically is. It's like snidey censoring, subliminal censoring. Like, they're censoring it without us realizing, hoping to program our brains into not liking boobs so much, even though they're selling a product entirely based on the prospect of boobs. I'm giving way too much credit for this. I'm just calling it mind-bendingly bumbling. Like, the analogy that stuck in my head is that kid at school who shoved socks down his pants, but then everyone finds out when it falls out of the leg. You know what I mean? As I said, if you want the Japanese version, check the links down below in the description. That's releasing in September. It's affordable. There's no embarrassing photoshopping. So awkward. And you can get 5% off with my code Jordan24, and you can probably get free shipping as well if you purchase some other things alongside it. It's so much better. And our executive producer, God of Resin, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Grime is Super Rare's latest Switch release, going up for pre-order on Thursday with 4,000 copies available. This is a fast action-adventure game with RPG elements. It's got a super unique art style. Of course, it's a Metroidvania Souls-like because it has to be this day and age. But once again, its quality shines out with lots of positive reviews, except on the Switch, where upon release it was running very poorly indeed, with some saying it's unplayable. But it has apparently had a patch which has made things a bit better. Better frame rates, better pacing, although it does look ugly as sin. I can't gloss over that. Alright, the import releases, you know what that means? You know it means Play Asia. Yes, if you purchase these games, you can get 5% off with my code Jordan24, and I thank you ever so kindly from the bottom of my heart. And this week, oh man, Japan and Asia, they are delivering. Bunny Garden is probably the most interesting one this week for certain people who are fans of certain somethings. This is a visual novel dating sim as you enjoy drinks with the staff and play Drunken Twister with them. I mean, what's not to enjoy? Oh, it also has English. As a VN, it's probably not got the best story out there, but let's face it, you're not playing for the story, you're playing it for the girls, of which there are 3 to manage with your money wisely. Turrican Anthology Volume 1 and Turrican Anthology Volume 2 are getting separate physical releases in Japan, or you can buy them together in a limited collector's edition. They should have English. This is basically the really good strictly limited versions, much better than the retail release we got in the West. It means you get all the games and all their different versions, and if you like action run and guns, the classics of the era, then this will be a fantastic purchase. Would be nice if they were all together on one cartridge, but I think strictly limited might have instantly imploded if that happened. Kemco RPG Selection Volume 7 is releasing this week in Japan and Asian regions, once again for more budgeted JRPGs on one cartridge, sporting a tropical sea blue, perfect for quenching the thirst of summer. There is a Japanese cover and I believe an English Asian cover as well, but that's a bit more expensive. This includes As Divine Cross, Alphadia Genesis 2, Ruinverse, and Chroma Quaternion. Are there any full set Kemco collectors out there? And our executive producers Josh Foote, Issa, Vey, and Robotech have chosen this as their pick of the week. Undying is releasing in Japan this week. This is an interesting game. I'm surprised it's getting a Japanese release and not a Western one, because it's very much like a Western game, as you are a mother who's dying in the post-apocalypse, and you're teaching your child how to survive by themselves once you're gone. It's a mix of mini games and heartfelt narrative. It's supposed to be pretty good. This Japanese release does have English, and there is a standard as well as a cheap collector's edition which comes with some DLC, a soundtrack CD, postcard set, and some stickers. Some Convenience Store is another visual novel that you may want to import. It's not exactly the cultural touchstone of Bunny Garden, but it's supposed to be a very good VN, better than the developers' other games, Miracle Snack Shop, The Fox Awaits Me, and My Girlfriend is a Mermaid. This is supposed to be their best one, and it looks great. Perhaps a similar premise to Miracle Snack Shop. I swear this like store owner thing, it's like a fetish genre for someone somewhere. It has English and is coming in a standard as well as a collector's edition, which is fairly affordable and comes with a special box, a visual book, soundtrack CD, and acrylic panel. And our executive producer Cartoon Soren has chosen this as his pick of the week. Japan. Oh man, they're going absolutely nuts this weekend. Take a look at this. Wow, so many games. Sadly, only 2 of them have English, and we have them already. I suspect that these others that are in Japanese only, I think we'll be getting some of them sometime eventually. I mean, that hamster. Come on, hamster game. You can do it. You can have English, right? Come on. Alright, I gotta go, guys. Once again, I apologize for no community spotlight, but I hope you understand. I'm busy and my voice is also wrecked as well. And yeah, if you watched all the way through, please leave me a lollipop emoji in the comments, and maybe even a censored lollipop if you can manage that. I don't know. I hope you all have a fantastic day and a fantastic week. Yeah, thank you so much for your support, and be sure to be there in it'll be in a few hours probably. Premium edition games, their direct is happening. I will be there, and I'm revealing a few games, one of which I spearheaded the signing of. So I hope you can go support that. It'll be at the very end of the direct, okay? So you gotta watch it all, yeah? Take care.